Hi there, my beautiful Gemini-cancer. Welcome into another reading and to your month of January of 2025. It's already a new year, and I'm really excited to see how this first month is going to go for you and what you can expect. So we're going to start here with some overall energy, and then we're going to get into career and love. Okay, if you're interested in getting access to exclusive readings, like blessings for 2025, that is going to be the upcoming exclusive reading, or having this exactly monthly reading but personalized for you, feel free to check out our Patreon. The link is going to be down below. Let's see what we got for you for your January of 2025. So okay, we actually have quite a few ones. So we have the month of October, which could be significant, maybe something that started in October or someone born in October. This would be a Libra or an early Scorpio. But let's see what else we go with that. We have Moon, changes in your life, getting together with friends. We also have Secret Admirer, the Quill, Get Back to Basics, Tree, Affairs with your family, and Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. I'm kind of getting that these two kind of go together. So I would say that maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, situation with a family member or with family in general that you may have to, I don't know, have a look, be a little bit more, I don't know, careful, maybe a little bit more conscious, maybe placing a few more boundaries. There's this feeling of, I don't know, you, especially with the get back to basics, there's a feeling of you perhaps wanting to make a change that, I don't know, really requires to go back to zero. New job, going back to school, I don't know, completely new career, something like that. And I feel like perhaps someone around you may not be totally in favor of that. It could also be that maybe in a relationship you're having some sort of change and some family members are like, no, don't do that. You're going to ruin your life. Like you're thinking of having a child or you literally get pregnant or your partner does. And they're like, oh no, you're ruining your life, blah, 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 blah. I feel like you need to be this grasshopper, right? You need to deal with this very carefully and just bring some balance, create boundaries, and trying to keep your cool. But I do feel like there are a few, especially if you're single, I feel like there's a few, I don't know, new vibes that you may be catching, and especially with the getting together with friends and Secret Admirer, there could definitely be a whole new mood here. And if you're single, you could definitely be meeting someone new. Maybe you already met them, and this is definitely like you're starting to talk a little bit more. It goes from a Secret Admirer to perhaps an official admirer, like I don't know, some compliments are shown, some feelings are, maybe I don't really get like an expression of love, but maybe there's definitely this reassurance of interest in each other, right? It's no longer just this thing of, oh, we're just talking, casually talking, we're just getting to know each other. Yeah, but like, I'm really into you, There's a little bit of this more, I don't know, more juicy stuff. But I feel like it's definitely going to be a month where I would even say that you may need to stand up for a little bit for yourself, and you need to, I don't know, show your power a little bit, show your teeth, I'm hearing. So you may need to growl a little bit to make your stand and to, really get close to these people and be like, yeah, thank you, but this is my life and it's my decision, and I'm in control of my life. So I feel like you may need to put a few boundaries and really make a stand, okay, in some sort of way. But let's dive a little deeper into this, and we're going to start here with some career cards, and then we're going to get into love. So we have healing and we have beauty. Oh, this is beautiful. I feel like you're finding beauty in your career, and I feel like more than anything, this is about your inner child. This is about you feeling happy with what you're doing. It's about you finding joy again in your career. Maybe that is something that you've missed a little bit, but I definitely feel like there is this feeling of you feel safe, you feel peaceful, and you just feel very at ease with your career. I feel like there's no pressure, or at least there's no conflict, right? And I feel like you're just easygoing, and I feel like there's a lot of gratitude in this. So I feel like this is a little bit you connecting with your inner child and being like, hey dude, we're gonna make this happen, and again, perhaps finding a little bit of that joy, especially with the 4 of Cups being here at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you have been feeling a bit dissatisfied and a little bit I don't know, like something was missing, like something just wasn't clicking for you, and I feel like you may have found the answer. Or you may find the answer this month. Okay, but let's see here. It may be something, that would actually make sense with the October energy of Libra, but it may be something artsy, maybe something that literally deals with beauty, but maybe something a little bit more aesthetical, perhaps, you know? But let's see here. What do we got from the tarot? Yeah, this almost feels like I would for sure say that you could most likely be changing careers in some way, or at least changing the way that you deal with career and the way that you do stuff. Because I feel like, especially with the devil coming out straight away, and this whole thing of, you know, finding joy again and connecting with your inner child, I feel like perhaps you were, oh, we lost a little bit of light, but I feel like perhaps you were in a place where, oh my goodness. All right. I feel like perhaps you were in a place where there was a lot of structure, a lot of, I don't know, like it was very fixed, very rigid, right? You had no room to grow. And I feel like you weren't doing it for yourself anymore, right? You were doing it for other people. You were doing it because you had to. You were doing it. You were just doing it. I feel like you were just going with it because you had to. And I feel like this month, and I was going to say this year, and this could be like a New Year's resolution for you that actually works, which is the sun. I feel like you just want to be happy. And I feel like this month you're actually opening the door for that happiness, especially with the 2 of Wands here. And then we also have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're a very giving person, and I feel like that is awesome, and that is a beautiful quality to maintain, but it can also be a huge flaw. Because I feel like you're always going to put other people first and forgetting about your own desires and your own needs and the things that matter to you. And I feel like that is something that you're going to start to figure out this month. And it is beautiful to do that. It is beautiful to balance giving, but also while giving, receiving for yourself. And that only happens when you're doing something that you actually love. You know, when you're doing things, I don't know, not out of charity, but when you're doing things out of pure love and pure heart, and you just really legitimately just want to help people, you're going to automatically receive that love back. And you're going to feel so good about yourself, and you're going to feel so good that you're doing this as a career, right? So I feel like this is the feeling that perhaps you're trying to get. And I feel like that is where you're going to start focusing. And that is going to heal your inner child so much, because perhaps this was one of those scenarios where, I don't know, your parents had a really fixed idea of what you should do, and you've always been thrown in that direction, and you didn't really have room to argue or something like that. And I feel like now you're finding your voice. I feel like now you're finally doing something for yourself, right? And that is such a beautiful thing to do for yourself. This could also be, and it may seem very different from what we were talking about, but it's actually not. This may also be about you becoming a stay-at-home parent, full-time parent. And for some people, especially those that come from a generation that you had to go from one extreme to the other, right? And it's like, especially women before, they would be stay-at-home parents and full-time parents and housewives and that kind of thing. And then we went to an extreme where that was, I don't know, people made you feel ashamed of that if you wanted to, right? And that is still very common nowadays. But the truth is, some women just love it. Some parents, some dads just love it. And they just want to be there for their children in those first early ages, right? Even further along the way. And I feel like that could be something that you've perhaps dreamt of, and is something that you've been thinking of. But then you have all of this, I don't know, preconceived idea around it. Like, oh, you're doing a big mistake, right? That whole conversation here. You're ruining your life, bada, bada, bada. If you love it, please do that, okay? Especially with Empress and Queen of Pentacles here. These are mothers. So I really feel like if that may resonate for some of you out there, and if it does, don't be ashamed of that. That is a beautiful thing to do. The most beautiful, to be honest. You're raising a a human being into this world, and you can do an amazing job with that. Okay, so don't be afraid to do the things that you love. All right, let's see here. What is your advice? It's interesting that we have higher earth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. This is a star seed oracle, so it'd be like you're missing a part of your soul that either because it had preconceived ideas or parents always pushed you in a direction. I feel like you're missing a little part of your soul that always wanted to go in this specific direction and have this specific lifestyle. For some of you, maybe you've been traveling a lot and it's like I'm homesick for home, right? Well, yeah, I'm homesick. I'm longing for home. I just want to be home. And so you may switch a big paycheck for, maybe a little less, but at least I'm home, right? So don't be afraid to follow your heart and to follow that soul earning. And then we have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. This is essentially saying you are on the right path. And this feeling, this urge that you have to suddenly do this, it's not sudden. It's not random. It's not, it has a thought behind it, and I just saw literally 11:11. You're freaking aligned with this. Okay, and it's your soul begging you to do this. So it's not that it's random and, oh, you're just being reckless and that kind of thing and impulsive. No, you're being honest. And please be honest. Don't ever stop doing that, okay? It's time to get going. So let's get here into love and see what we got on that matter. Ooh, we have courage and we have boundaries. So it's interesting. We're going to pull some tarot. I feel like perhaps this courage, I'm seeing this related to the same thing and I'm seeing it has separate things. So as a whole, courage and boundaries, this does tell me that thing of placing boundaries with especially family members, I would say, and just being like, hey, it's my life, I have the power, thank you for your opinion, thank you for trying to help me, but my decision, my life, my thing. And I feel like it's having the courage, I feel like you're finding it, having the courage to really place those boundaries and say enough is enough, right? But I'm also seeing this in two ways. So the boundaries, clearly what we're talking about, and then the courage, perhaps, feeling a little bit courageous, putting yourself out there and get to know some new people, okay? Especially with that, getting together with friends, secret admirer could definitely be you putting yourself a little bit out there, having that courage and getting to know some new people, okay? But let's put some tarot into this. Yeah, to be honest, I definitely feel like this is the first scenario, because we literally have here an emperor and the 9 of Wands. This is you literally standing up and fighting for your power, fighting for your leadership position in your life, right? And it's almost like you never could. You were always a little Knight of Wands, and people would just see you like a little kid, and you're still not ready for the big world and that kind of thing. And I feel like you're way past that. You are powerful, you are intelligent, you are creative and talented, and you're skillful, and you are mature. You know what you want. And that is something to be proud of and something to use in your advantage, not to be ashamed or scared of. Okay? So I really feel like and it's interesting because, to be honest, I usually am more, lively, and I feel like I speak a little louder, and I'm more like, right? And I feel like I'm speaking very softly with you. And I feel like it's because your inner child really needs this softness. I feel like you're used to, most people like treating you like a kid. You don't know what you're doing, that kind of thing. And I feel like you just need a little love, right? You just need a little hand on the shoulder and be like, hey kid, you got this, right? And I feel like in this softness that I'm speaking is also the softness that you need to speak to yourself. And that may also be a little bit of a message here in the terms of relationships. Be your number one fan, be your number one person, and really protect and respect yourself in that way, okay? So really give yourself the power, make yourself stand up, see yourself as a King of Pentacles, as an Emperor, and not as this Knight of Wands that everyone sees, or some people see, and really fight for your growth and for what you want, essentially, okay? So this is the first scenario where I feel like we need to put those boundaries. I feel like that would be for 95% of you. Now, the other 5% could have that, but I feel like there's a little bit of a 5% message here of love. So again, I feel like you perhaps could be used to people taking away your power in relationships. So I don't know, players and manipulation and maybe even gaslighting, toxic relationships, whatever applies. But I feel like you're used to a power dynamic where you were the submissive one and everyone had to have some sort of control over you and over your emotions so they could take advantage of you. I feel like that in a way could still be haunting you a little bit, and it's important for us to look at that. But don't be afraid to hold that courage. And now that you know your power, now that you've been working on yourself and healing wounds, really see yourself as an asset. Maybe not in such a material way, but see yourself as someone valuable in someone else's life. See yourself for everything that you have to give to someone else, and know your worth. Okay, so when going after this, I don't know, new dating age for you, really look at yourself as I'm someone that holds a lot of value. I know this is my worth, so I'm just going to accept people that treat me like I know that I should be treated, right? I'm only going to accept people that value me and that see my worth and that kind of thing. I do feel like you could meet someone amazing. Maybe it is that Libra or late Scorpio or early Scorpio. But I feel like we have here Aries, we have Taurus energy, we have a Saggy. So some of those signs can mean anything to you, but we definitely have someone here reliable, someone that definitely holds power in their lives themselves, but not in a toxic power dynamic between the two of you. This is someone reliable, solid, sweet, and kind. Okay. Yeah. So, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is definitely about you saying a few no's to some people. Okay. But let's see here. What is your advice? All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. I feel like this is definitely an extreme where people would have control over you, and now you're holding the power, you're holding the control, and that can be something very different from what you're used to. But surrender to it. Okay, you are definitely on the right place. So trust where you're led, activate your earth, power places. There we go. I feel like you're definitely in a place where you can have anything. But you need to start treating yourself like that. You need to start seeing yourself like that, okay? And then we also have Star Keeper. Cosmic ancestors, see the light by staying grounded. So I feel like this kind of goes a little bit into this place of seeing all your growth, seeing all your progress, all your worth, and staying grounded in that energy. And also, this whole thing makes me think of that inner child, okay? I really feel like this is a month for your inner child. Tender yourself, but more than anything, empower that inner child, okay? Empower that child within you and be the adult that you once dreamt of being, okay? You have everything in your power to make it happen, so all up to you, okay? Alrighty, let's finish this up with some fun stuff for you to do. These could be done alone, with someone else, whatever you prefer. But it's just a little inspiration for you to have fun and celebrate life, enjoy yourself, okay? So let's see what we got here to start things off in a really pretty way. For your inner child, we have fair or amusement park, absolutely. We also have paint night, try a new hobby, stay in bed all day. We have a local event, and we have game night. All right. So feel free to pause the video and screenshot this if you want to keep it as a little reminder. But this is what I have for you. So thank you so much for being here, especially throughout 2024, even if it was just for a day. Thank you for that. And I hope that you are here with me for 2025. So this is a great moment to tell you, hey, don't forget to subscribe and just smash that like button for me if you enjoy this content. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I love you very much. I wish you the best. Don't forget to check the links in the description box below for those exclusive readings, and also for my merch, my decks, my journals, and my tarot course. So once again, thank you so much for being here. I love you very much. I wish you the best, and hopefully we'll talk very, very soon. Bye.